We dare you to enter our haunted haze.
Hey, welcome back to Haunted Haze. My name is Kristen.
And I'm Josh, and this is episode 2.
Yeah, we're kind of following back up where we left off for episode 1.
Yep, the continuation of the apartment.
Exactly. But unfortunately, none of this takes place at the apartment. This is immediately after and place.
Yeah, this is after we got evicted.
Exactly, and you temporarily went to stay with your mom while you were in between places.
Yep, I went and stayed at my mom's house, but she was also in the process of moving to a new house. But relatively recently, my stepdad had passed away, so this is why she was moving. But I just went to stay there so I could figure out where my next place was.
Exactly, your next living
I had
situation.
to look for an apartment, maybe some roommates, whatever. But me and you were also still together, and you would come over. Yeah,
exactly.
You would come over.
We would hang out over there.
We still hung out every day.
Yeah.
You would come over, and sometimes we'd just be outside. We were sitting in my car. I had a Camaro. It was a cool car. And
we would just be listening to music, sitting in the car.
The radio. Yeah. Just hanging out. And while we do this, it would be at night sometimes, and we would see maybe a small kid almost standing behind my car. And we would look back, and you wouldn't see anything. Or it would look like maybe something just ducked down real quick.
Exactly.
You just barely saw it.
It would be a very, I would describe it as the height of a 4-year-old, almost, a very short person.
Well, I don't know, maybe...
I just remember seeing very fast darting movement. And so maybe
you would
it
always
just
see it in the
small.
periphery. Right?
Yes,
you would always
exactly.
just see it in the periphery. And every time you look, you wouldn't quite see it, but you would kind of see it.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember we had another couple that hung out at the apartment all the time. They would even come over and they saw the same thing.
Exactly. And we didn't even really tell them about it. We kind of just mentioned man, I think maybe my mom's place is haunted too. We just see things, but we didn't tell them exactly what we had been seeing, especially just not the shape, or we thought maybe it was a child or something.
Yeah, we didn't tell them anything, but I remember our friends saw a shadow, very small little shadow figure that dart really fast across the street, in front of their garage where you could see it really well against that white.
Because she was immediately, oh my god, guys, did y'all see that? It was a little kid, just ran across. It was just the shadow of a little kid. It's
probably very late. Some of us work restaurant jobs at this time.
Oh, yeah,
we're hanging out late at night.
Yeah, this is definitely probably 11 o'clock at night.
12 maybe even.
Definitely, yeah. So there would be no reason for a kid to be out. Not a small child like that, for sure. Yeah.
Running in the night, that's terrifying.
Yeah, and so she saw it and was totally kind of freaked out by oh my god, wow, I just saw something again.
And then we were we've seen that too. We know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly, yeah. Then that's when we kind of spilled the beans. We were oh man, that's exactly what we've been seeing. So it kind of verified for us again
that somebody else was having the same experience as we were.
Exactly.
It wasn't just happening to me and you.
Exactly, that's always what's important to me. That's when it's multiple people that experience something, that's when
it's much more.
Yeah, it's much more believable, I guess.
Exactly.
You could say, but.
So then I remember at this point your mom that happened for a long time, the little kid shadow figure things
Oh yeah, we would always kind of see it, but we never saw it. So at some point we even got out of the car.
Oh yeah, to look and see
is someone out here messing with us? It was my sister or one of her friends. I had a younger sister, and maybe they were messing with us.
But there was nothing.
But there was not. We got out of the car that one time. Both immediately went to the back to who's back here, and nothing. Yeah.
Well, I remember. So one night at this point, your mom had moved out, and you were there. It was the final weekend, and literally everything in the house was empty except for a mattress on the floor. And a TV in your room.
It was just the
and
last
your clothes.
Of my stuff,
it was just the last few things.
I didn't even really unpacked my stuff.
No, you never did.
I never really unpacked.
You didn't live there very long.
Exactly.
So
everything else was gone. All my mom's sister's brother stuff, all everything their stuff was gone. Yeah,
and
everything was gone.
It was like a Friday night, and I feel like we were going to the movies, and we were on a time restraint, and you had just got off work, and you were going to go jump in the shower real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm hanging out in your room, waiting on you to get ready, get out of the shower, and I'm just playing on my phone, and I hear the distinct noise of blinds hitting a door. Yeah. So, like, the back of the house, there's a door that goes to the backyard. This room's close to the living room and kitchen, which is where this door is. And it's one of those doors that have glass going all the way down, so there's
It's like a patio door. It goes back to the patio. It's like the real long blinds all the way down the door.
So, and that's a distinctive noise.
Yeah, exactly.
And I heard that noise. I heard the door open and shut. I heard the blinds hit the door.
It's that clang.
And then I heard somebody fiddling around in the kitchen.
Right.
And I felt really eerie about it.
Cabinets and...
I don't really remember exactly what the noises were that I heard. Okay. I just remember somebody was like messing around in the kitchen. But I remember feeling eerie about it, about the fact that nobody announced themselves.
Well, that's weird too, because there's nothing there. There's not a coffee pot. There's no utensils.
There's no dishes.
There. Nothing's there.
And also, I don't know why I would feel that way, because I was a guest in the home, and like obviously the owner doesn't have to announce themselves, but something about it felt weird to me. Like I just felt like it was unnatural. So then you get out of the shower, and I tell you exactly what happened. I'm like, babe, there's somebody here.
Yeah, exactly. You kind of are like, someone here? And I thought you meant like at the front door. So I was like, what? Really? Like, I don't know. Who cares? And then you're like, no, I think someone's here.
Inside.
And so I'm kind of brushing it off. I was like, well, maybe you didn't really hear that. But you tell me exactly what you just said. And around about that time, we hear like a thump or a bump upstairs. And upstairs, you kind of go up. When you go up the stairs, you kind of take a turn to go all the way upstairs.
You can't see the top of the stairs from the bottom of the stairs.
No, it's kind of like a little hallway stairwell.
Yes, and it has like a landing where it turns.
Yeah, exactly. But upstairs is just kind of like a big open room and one bedroom and a bathroom, but most of it's just a big open room that's above the garage a little bit.
And there's like a stage that like a drum set would sit on.
Yeah,
that's
we
what
did
it
put
used
a drum
to be
set
for.
up there, yeah. I think it was really for like maybe putting a bed up there, but
or maybe like a movie
entertainment center or something. Yeah, something.
But it had a drum kit up there at the time of your stepdad being there.
Yeah, while my stepdad was there. But he had recently passed away. So, but no one else was supposed to be there. So we heard this bump, and I kind of got nervous, and I went and like grabbed my gun because I'm like, who the hell's supposed to be here?
Nobody.
And so like we walk to the edge of the stairs, and we kind of call out, like, or I call out. I'm like, if anyone's here, you know, like make yourself known now. I got a gun, like for real. I will. I'm not afraid to use this. And I don't hear anything. And while I'm saying this, that's why I'm kind of continuing like saying it. Like, I got a gun. Like, listen, I got one.
I remember holding on to you like, holy shit,
like,
this is
dude,
scary.
I just heard
really
a sound.
Serious.
Yeah, I just heard a sound and no one's answering.
Yeah, and we were scared. Like, because I know I heard somebody come in, you know? Like, I know I heard that.
Well, I know I heard someone upstairs.
Yeah.
But we don't really hear anything. So I'm nervous now. And about that time, I heard this just cough. But it was a super distinct cough. It sounded exactly like this cough that my stepdad had. And the reason he had this cough, he had like a trach in his throat. And so he would cough, and it just made this specific sound. And that's exactly what it was. It's just like, ugh. And I think we just freaked out. I was like, oh my God, like what is going on? And I remember we just left. We went to the movies.
Yeah.
And I think we came back much later that night. The next morning we got up and we moved all my stuff out of there, everything that had to be out of there. But another couple that we still hung out with at the apartment, we kind of told what had happened to.
Yeah, and so we all went back over there with a Ouija board. I think we still had the Ouija board.
Yeah, we were like, well, I kind of thought it was maybe my stepdad.
True, so you thought, like, maybe I can communicate with him.
Maybe I can communicate with my stepdad through this Ouija board, because that was a very strange experience. That was as strange as the shadow person I thought I saw.
And so we had gone that night. It was the last night that we could be in the house.
Yeah, the very last night.
Us two and the other couple went upstairs and we sat on that drum riser.
Right. And prior to all this, when my stepdad was still alive, that's where he was up there. Like, they had like his...
in his music room. And
he had like his music stuff up there. But that was also kind of like his hospice stuff was up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we went up there to maybe see if we could communicate with him. And we're messing with the Ouija board, and we're kind of getting, some movement, but we're never really getting any kind of answers. At least I don't ever remember it.
I don't remember it ever saying anything either specific, but I remember.
I think it would go back to like no, and then we'd stop and we'd like go back to no or something like that.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't ever doing anything specific, but I do remember that we were having like light flashes going across the walls. Like, we all saw, like, these lights just kind of, like, sporadically shooting across the wall occasionally. And it would be, like, kind of the same thing, like, in your peripheral vision, but very clearly you saw a flash of light.
Yeah, exactly. But, that maybe could be explained away because there were windows. I mean, there's cars out, obviously. Like, there could have been
this is in a neighborhood. This is late at night, and it's, like, not that much traffic. But, yes. Maybe it could have been, but we can't debunk it.
That's the thing. Like, the light kept happening. It's not like there was that much traffic.
There was not
through that neighborhood. No.
So I remember. So we're asking it questions, and then you're asking kind of personal questions.
Yeah, I'm asking kind of more personal questions, more direct to about my stepdad, like
trying to connect with him specifically.
Yeah, because we all were. I was kind of just leading the march for it, I guess, and all of a sudden, my roommate just kind of cocks his head, looks over at me, and was like, "It's time to turn it off, Josh. It's time to put it away. Tell it goodbye, Josh." And I'm like,
heck no.
And like, I'm looking at him, and it doesn't even look like him.
He's like looking at you with like a dead stare.
Yeah, like this crazy ass.
It didn't even look like his eyes for sure. And he had. Now, he has bright blue eyes.
And his eyes just look dark. And I was
we are in a dark room, but it just felt, you could feel the anger.
And this is kind of out of nowhere. Yeah, he's like, turn it off, Josh.
He's like, yeah,
like angry.
Tell it goodbye.
Tell it goodbye. Like, this is over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, are you messing with me? Because I'm about to slap the shit out of you, dude. Like, are you messing with me? Like,
it was, me and the other girl, I feel like we were both scared too.
Yeah.
We were like, this is creepy. Okay, maybe it's time to stop.
And I'm getting into it. I'm like, dude, if you better chill out, dude, because this ain't the time to be playing. You're like, I'm going to
knock you out if you don't stop playing.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be playing. And then all of a sudden, he kind of like just shakes his head down. And it's just
he just kind of looks down for a little while, and then he kind of...
It just kind of like...
seemed himself, sort of, after that, but...
He just kind of almost laughed it off a little bit. It was just kind of like, what the hell?
It was creepy.
It was really creepy. So at that point, we're like, all right, let's get the hell out of here.
So we tell the Ouija board goodbye.
Yeah, we do it proper. Like, we tell it goodbye.
Because, we're Ouija board internet experts.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, we're pros now, right? So we tell it goodbye. We shut it down to the best of our knowledge. And right as we're leaving, like we're leaving, and this is it. Like I'm leaving the key. Like no one's coming back.
We know. Like all right, tomorrow is the last night we can be here. Somebody else is moving in.
Yeah, or so. Yeah, it's very soon someone's moving in, and there's this last little like we're at the door, and it's kind of like this last like, hey, we thought we heard like a spirit here or a ghost or maybe my stepdad. If they are here and they want us to leave, just make any noise and we will leave and not bother you any longer.
See, how I remember it is we were like, if you want to talk to us, make a noise.
I don't know. I remember like, I don't know. No, I think it was like if you want us to leave. I think that's what it was.
I feel like we were trying to communicate more, but I remember we were so excited to get like an intelligent response.
Oh yeah, because right after we had asked it, it just sounded like someone took a handful of like silverware and just threw it in the sink, like hard, just.
Oh, like it was a loud noise that ended up reminding you completely empty house.
Yeah. Right?
We all heard it.
We all heard it, and our two friends were immediately like, let's leave now. Let's get the hell out of here now.
Yeah, I feel like we wanted to stay and try to get another answer out of it or so.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, at this point, I'm just intrigued. I'm like, oh my God. Like, we finally got, like, maybe, like, a intelligent response.
To be honest, I don't remember feeling scared.
No, I wasn't scared, but it was
creepy for sure.
It almost felt like something was watching us at a distance. It didn't want to be around us.
That's because we were over by the door of the garage at the bottom of the stairs, and that noise was in the kitchen, which is a good 30 feet away, 40 feet away.
Exactly.
It's pretty far, so yeah, we did hear that, and our friends bolted out, and they were driving.
Yeah,
and I think I remember the friend that was driving said, "Y'all can stay, but I got the keys.
Yeah.
So if you want to ride home, I am leaving, so you better come with me." And so we did.
Yeah, we left with them. But while we're riding, I was kind of listening back at the recording that I had on my phone earlier.
I don't know if we were... Did we mention that you were recording this on your phone the whole time? I don't think we did.
Well, if we didn't mention it, yeah, the whole time I was recording the Ouija board session just on my phone.
Just the voice recording.
Just a voice recording. Just so I could go back and listen and see if I had like any of the EVP or something.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. EVPs, that's what we were trying to get.
I was trying to get EVP or something.
So we were asking our friend, like, dude, why were you acting like that? That wasn't funny.
Yeah, and I was like listening back to like what was going on, and I never really could like hear too much. And I'm like, dude, what was this about? And I let him hear it.
I didn't say that.
Like, I didn't say that.
No, before you even let him hear it, he was like, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but he denied it. And I was like, dude, I have the recording right here. Listen. And I let him listen to the recording, and he just, like, broke down crying.
Yeah, he did.
Like, literally. He was like,
I didn't say that,
did not say that, dude.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember any of that. I don't remember saying that at all. I got chills after that. I was like,
me too. It freaked me. I knew he was being
I thought maybe
real.
you were like fucking with me because you just wanted to leave, you know.
But like, I mean, just men, and especially at the time, he was like 19 years old. Like, he wasn't gonna be like crying.
Oh yeah, not like that. It definitely looked like it shook him for sure.
For sure. So that was the last time that we ever were at that house, but that was pretty scary.
That was the last time we ever touched a Ouija board.
It was, and speaking of Ouija boards,
oh yeah,
I have a couple little short stories I found on the internet of other people's scary Ouija board experiences. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so they're
I don't know. Are they scary?
They are a little spooky, and it just kind of shows that Ouija boards, don't fuck with them. Period.
Yeah, I've never really heard a good story about
Me neither. I've never
it's
heard,
either nothing
I
happened.
connected with my grandmother, who I haven't spoke with in 30 years.
She told me where she hid her money.
Yeah. No, it's like, my grandmother told me hell's real, and there's now a demon in my house. All right, so let me tell you this, okay?
All right.
So this is Justin. His age is 32, and this is what he wrote in. I'm just reading. These are just some stuff I found on the internet.
All right.
So it said, Justin played with a Ouija board one day with several of his friends. They asked questions, but instead of the planchette moving to certain letters, it began to move in a strange pattern. It went to all four corners of the board and made an X. And then it just went into circles. The next time he used the board, it was with a different friend at his house. Again, the planchette moved in the same pattern. It felt like some kind of hex, he said. Later that night, he was sleeping, and he felt a forceful hand grab his arm and wake him up. Everyone else in the house was sound asleep.
Oh my God! So no one actually was there to.
Nobody was there, but he felt the hand.
Oh my God!
I know.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know, it's scary. Okay, so my second story I have here.
All right.
Her name is Oceana. I think. I might be butchering it.
It's okay.
So,
good try.
She said most people play with a Ouija board in groups, or at least with one other person. But Oceana wanted to try it on her own. She put her hands on the pointer and asked questions, but nothing happened. She took the hands off the pointer and was about to put the game away when the planchette began to move around on its own.
Oh my God.
I'll never try that again, she said.
Oh, hell no. No. By itself?
No, like,
no.
I know how creepy it was to feel it move in already.
Yeah, the feeling that,
like, that
when
you
the
feel,
planchette actually moves.
And you know that it's really moving.
It's a unique feeling. It definitely feels like some type of magnetism.
And then you see it moving on its own? Heck,
oh, yeah. If I saw it on its
die.
own, that's way crazier than feeling it move.
Alright, so this one is the last one I have. Alright, so Jessica writes... Wait a minute. It's Paige. Not Jessica.
I don't think that matters.
Alright, well... So the first time
Jessica's a liar. Paige is not.
The first time I used a Ouija board, Paige says, I was about 6 or 7, and I was with my mom and my older sister, who was about 15 at the time. The family had just moved into a new house, much bigger and much older than the one they lived in previously. That night, Paige and her mother and sister were eating pizza on the living room floor because they didn't have all their furniture set up yet. They put a fire on to ease the chill of the fall air, and after dinner, her sister pushed her mom to let them play with their old Ouija board. As we were using it, Paige says, a box in the living room that was full of books literally flew across the room.
Oh, man.
Shortly after that, the fire inexplicably went out, and their mother was so shaken that she took the girls to their grandmother's house to spend the night.
Well, they had just moved there?
Yeah, it says they had just moved into an old big house.
What is it about moving then? That is crazy.
It does. It's like maybe
like stirs it up.
Maybe it does. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
That totally makes sense because I've heard about like hauntings, like when they renovate places.
Oh, you're like disturbing the energy.
Yeah, it amplifies it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Sure.
Maybe there is something to that. That's crazy. That definitely. Those are creepy.
They make you think.
Ouija boards are way creepy.
Yeah, and I'm not ever gonna mess with one again. That's a fact.
I don't know. I wouldn't say never ever, but
okay.
Okay, I guess I'm not. Yeah.
All right. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Okay, yeah. No Ouija boards for me.
At least not at our house.
I'll take that sacrifice.
Okay.
I don't really think I want to mess with one. Not at this point. This just feels negative. I don't think it's anything good. So, for this episode, we decided maybe we'll do some segments, or at least a segment.
So we're gonna do something new.
Yep. So this segment we're gonna call Versus.
Yes.
We pit one scary thing up against another scary thing, and there's no right or wrong answers.
Yeah, but we're just gonna see which scary thing is scarier.
Which one do we think is scarier?
So,
also, we would love to hear from anyone that's listening to the show. If you would like to tell us which you think is scarier.
Oh, we're going to put a poll up on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, you can also find us now at Haunted Haze Podcast on Facebook and Instagram.
Yes, exactly.
Our email is also hauntedhazepodcast
@gmail.com.
Yep. Send us questions there.
Send us your ideas for verses, but let's...
Also, we're still looking for stories. If you have a Ouija story,
we still want to hear it. But I have a special prize for you. Okay. Well, it's not a prize, actually, at all. But I have a secret item, and it is the super secret box.
Oh, the super duper secret box.
Anyway, so in here is a bunch of different topics for our verses, and we are going to pull a topic out, see what we get. So we have no idea. It's going to be random AF.
So this is not prepared. This is just straight off the top of the dome.
All right, so do you want to have the honors of the first pick?
Sure. I'll pick.
Okay, let's see what we get.
All right, so our first verses is going to be... UFO sighting versus Bigfoot sighting.
Ooh, which one's scarier?
Which one's scarier?
Oh gosh, I don't.
Man.
This one's really hard actually, because to me, Bigfoot is scary because you're in a very close proximity to a monster.
Yeah, exactly.
But UFO is scary.
Like you can run and hide somewhere, right? Like that's key.
I can't climb a tree. Bigfoot might can.
Yeah, I'm sure he can. Well, I don't know. Hopefully not.
Maybe that's where Bigfoot lives, is in the tree.
Oh, shit. Well, if I ever see Bigfoot, maybe I'll climb a tree. Maybe he can't get up there. His feet are too big.
Well, but a UFO sighting, that's pretty scary.
That is also pretty equally terrifying.
Because that really opens up a literal whole other world of possibilities.
Really?
Yes.
That's just so many questions. Bigfoot, I can still, like, if I saw Bigfoot, I could probably maybe still,
Sleep at night?
Sleep at night. Yeah, and be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's just...
So, I think that I'm on the same conclusion you are, where I do think that maybe a UFO sighting is scarier.
Well, no, I didn't necessarily say that.
Oh.
I didn't say it was scarier. Because seeing Bigfoot out in the woods...
I hope to God I'm never in that situation.
Maybe that's why you never see footage of Bigfoot, because he kills whoever tries to film him most of the time. Right? UFOs, I mean, you get abducted, but I've never really heard of anyone, like, dying.
Well, I've heard some scary stories of aliens just showing up in your house.
But people die all the time, like, in like, the Pacific Northwest.
They just die out in the woods
from
being
where
attacked by
Sasquatch is supposed to be, right? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, people disappear all the time.
Mauled?
Oh, well, I mean, it's probably a bear, but you can't prove that it's not Bigfoot, right? So that's kind of scary, right?
If a grizzly bear is after you, it's territorial. But if a black bear's after you, they want to eat you.
I feel that.
I just learned that recently.
Thank you.
So what you really should be scared of is the black bears, not Sasquatch.
Yeah.
AKA UFOs are scarier.
Damn.
Sorry for all the racket.
That's true because
making noise.
Oh yeah, he's cool. He's good down. But that's true. Like, well, maybe there's some truth to that. Like, there is no government Pentagon evidence of Bigfoot,
yeah,
but there is of UFOs, right?
You're for sure. The Pentagon now says UFOs are real, so I think that
maybe that is scarier because UFOs are more real than Bigfoot.
Well, we want to hear what you think.
Okay, yeah,
for sure.
This one's a hard one.
This is
a hard versus. This
I want to hear. First, we're gonna put a poll up.
Okay.
And then you're gonna tell me, hopefully, send us a message or something, telling us which one you think's scarier. Comment.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's. Right now it's a tie. Let's see if we can get someone to.
I don't
change that.
It's a tie, but okay.
Yeah, that's why we're gonna do a poll, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe the people will disagree.
Well, I don't know.
We're gonna do an old style vote.
You think? I don't know. I still think this one's gonna be pretty 50-50. I think it'll probably be pretty 50-50.
I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm curious to hear.
Yeah, me too. So again, write us at
Haunted Haze Podcast at gmail.com.
Yep, look us up on Facebook and Instagram
at Haunted Haze Podcast.
And so that's it for episode 2.
Yes, thank you for coming
excited
back.
About it. Yeah, thank you for coming back. I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll be back again with episode 3.
And another episode round of verses. We'll see what scary things we'll pit against each other then.
Oh, did you want to give them our movie idea?
Oh,
if you're into scary movies, we're going to do like maybe suggestions.
So I'm going to suggest a movie this week.
All right.
And it is a movie. So for Halloween in October, we watch a scary movie every single night.
Yep.
It's our 31 nights of scary movies. And they're not necessarily scary. You'll let me slip in a Hocus Pocus night.
Yeah, as long as it's Halloween.
As long as it's Halloween themed.
That's cool. Yeah.
But one movie I watched for the first time this year that I absolutely loved was Monster Squad.
Oh, yeah, Monster Squad.
It was so good. We're probably going to watch it every October.
Absolutely.
We might even watch it tonight.
Sounds good.
So, it's going to be our movie, our night, Halloween, October
Yeah, check out
movie.
Monster Squad from, what, like 1985, I think?
I'm not really sure, but like honestly, it'll make you fall in love with Frankenstein.
Yeah, it's more of like a coming of age movie. It's definitely more kid friendly.
But it's like got all the like what are they called? The Universal monsters.
Yeah, it's got like Dracula, the
Mummy.
Yeah, the Mummy, Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Creature of the Black Lagoon. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah, so check it out. Yeah, check it out.
And I'm a scaredy cat, so I feel like my good scary movies are just good movies. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
no blood, right? Yeah, we can't have
there is probably blood in it.
Yeah, maybe a little.
All right. Well, thank you
cool.
so
Thank
much
you for
for
listening
coming
to
back.
episode 2. We'll be back with episode 3. Look, follow us.
Yes,
Support
follow us,
us.
interact. Tell us what you want with the verses. Tell us your favorite pick.
Yeah, if you have any idea for verses,
let us know.
You want to pit something up against another
Send us an
thing?
email. Send us a message. Thank you so much for coming back.
Yep. Peace out.
Bye. Peace out.